It's such an English book. So I was slightly surprised when they cast George Clooney and Meryl Streep in the leading roles. I'm delighted. I think they've done the most fantastic job. And I think they're rather good together. Ro's books, they're international. Immediately, I was a bit shocked. I thought they've got to be English voices. But when it's done, it's wonderful. It makes no difference at all.
Darling. That's right where it's going to land.
Don't. Let's go.
No, it just falls straight right down. Whew.
Wes called me one day. I remember I was driving down the street and he called me and it was pouring rain. I ended up having to pull over because I was like, I don't think I can do this phone call in the blinding rain. He said, I just think it was like, who should we get from Mr. Fox? Who is today's, Cary Grant? In about like an eighth of a second, we both said George Clooney.
Are you scared of wolves?
Scared? No. I have a phobia of them.
Well, I have a thing about thunder.
Why? That's stupid.
George Clooney personifies exactly the type of role. He has the right amount of charming and sort of sly. At the same time, he can be a little self-deprecating, if he wants to be.
It's so inspiring for animators to have a voice like that to work with, because when you start with the color and the nuance that's in his voice, and then they're completely inspired. They can do even greater things.
I'm going to tape this for my records, so don't make a lot of sounds. I mean, stop rocking.
The thing about George is he can be humorous and funny at the same time as he's cool. I think that's what we needed from Mr. Fox, for people to kind of love him, but also know that he's a little bit flawed, and to laugh at him, but also be with him. And that's a delicate balance, especially in animation.
We recorded the voices in kind of an unconventional way, which was we went to a farm and kind of got a group together, and he was happy to do that, which I really appreciated, because it made it, we were able to kind of do what I set out to do in terms of the way the performances would be recorded. And it made it fun.
Wes's dream was to keep the actors as close together as possible with one microphone and have them run around and act out these scenes, so you could get people out of breath, overlapping each other, things that happen in real movies that you tend not to see typically in animated films because things are done so separately. If the foxes are digging a hole, Wes got us on the ground and actually had us digging in the ground. And the microphone is going like this everywhere. And I mean, if you had filmed us from a distance doing the scenes to this movie, you'd think it was really funny and entertaining.
Do you really think you want to cuss with me?
Cuss you
How'd you like your cousin paws ripped
I will
off?
cuss you in
We did it all out in nature. No one's ever done anything like that. We're in different barns, different parts of the farm, different atmospheres, to get different sound quality and different feel when you're performing. You can tell when you read a script, the guy who wrote this is going to direct it. He knows exactly what he wants to do. So I felt that way about it from the beginning, that I just sort of suspended any disbelief. It was a good leap on my part. I think it's a wonderful movie.
Well, I guess we should probably split into a certain number of groups and start doing something, right?
And all the movies are wonderful. And I've gotten to work with some wonderful actors. He selects great actors to work with.
Just on the other side of this mineral deposit, follow me. I'm gonna lose my temper now.
Well, when we heard that we had the possibility of getting Meryl Streep for the film, everyone was just so excited, because she's sort of the quintessential mom. Like, she's got such a lovely, warm, caring voice, and yet also, this character has a real independent spirit. She's a bohemian sort of painter and really thinks for herself. And so the strength that Meryl also brought to the role was really, just so important.
The thing with Meryl Streep is she's obviously sort of the most highly thought of actress on the planet. But when we're there to do the scene together, she's perfectly happy to start, acting crazy to see if this helps to bring it to life. And, making sounds and just pretending, using her imagination in some recording studio. They were looking at this thing on the page and saying, let's try it again, and now she's kind of yelling and acting like an animal. And the result is you get something very alive.
You really are kind of a quote-unquote fantastic fox.
I try.
She has a beautiful voice, and she really knows how to use it. You really get everything you're hoping for with somebody like that.
Do you think I'm an athlete?
What are you talking about?
Well, I think I'm an athlete, and sometimes I feel like you guys don't see me that way.
What's the subtext here?
Well, my character, Ash, I'm the son of George Clooney and Meryl Streep. Right? Obviously. Go. Ah, Raza! Watch this, Dad!
Well. Good jump, Ash. Remember to keep your tail tucked.
He doesn't really know who he is, and he wants his father's love and his mother's love, but really his father's love and approval. I want to be a great athlete like my dad. I want to be smart like him. I want to be a fox. I want to be a man fox. What makes Mr. Fox so fantastic is just that maybe all foxes are fantastic. Maybe everyone's fantastic. You just have to realize you're fantastic. When you're a teenager, you feel so odd and awkward, and you feel ashamed or weird about things and being who you are, and it turns out that's what makes you great. I can fit through there. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I'm little. We're all naturally born with some kind of a weird gift. You know, you can chew through wood, and you're small enough to scurry through a hole, and these are all things that make us unique and different and odd and also special and beautiful.
But there's something kind of fantastic about that, isn't there?